Okay, perfect. So the reason we got you guys together tonight is because Mel and I have been talking a lot about the future of this team and our businesses and what is going to take us to the next level. And some of that includes leadership development. How you got onto this, asked to be onto this call is because not everybody that is Ruby and above got asked to be on this call that is on our teams. So you got asked because you are actively working, you're actively dedicated to the business, you're actively loyal to the company, and you didn't just get a promotion by default. You worked hard and earned that. So and are still continually to put in the daily effort to be able to move forward. And so when I look at this group of faces that are on the screen, like I have dreams. My biggest goal that I'm pushing for this month is to go triple diamond. Like, I mean, like that is like by the end of the month, that is my huge goal. And so when I look at the faces that are on here, this is the faces that are taking me there, and that I'm partnering with to be able to move forward into that next level. And so what we are wanting to do is to be able to like know that we're giving you guys what you need as leaders to become leaders like us. Like when you think of you guys in this business and what Mel has done for the girls that she's signed, what I have done for the girls that I have signed, to start being able to replicate that in your own teams and into new girls that you bring in. And so we want to be able to make sure that we're just present and talking a couple times a month to be able to help develop you into those leaders. So we're going to, what we'll try to set it up is to do it like the first Sunday of every month, Sunday evening, just like this is now. And then we'll, after auto ships run, we will probably have another one. And that way we can just kind of discuss month end plans for it to be able to help everybody, more of a, okay, what are we doing for the next 7 days to be able to get you guys to your next promotions for your teams, and just more strategy planning after auto ships run. And we look at numbers and everything. So the first thing that I just wanted to read something. This is a great book. If you've never read it, it's called Believe Bigger by Marshawn Evans Daniels. It's probably my favorite read from last year that I read. And I just wanted to share just something very quick in here. And it's just one of the lessons that she puts in here. It says, if you allow yourself to settle for less, no one is obligated to stop you. It says, truth is, you are the one responsible for believing in you and for embracing the fact that more is available to you. It's wonderful when someone is there to make life easier and to push you to believe bigger, but it often doesn't go down like that. Okay. And so when you sit there and you think about your business and where you want your future in this, or your dreams, or whatever it may be, you're 100% responsible for that. And there's no one pushing you more than yourself to be the best that you can be. And that's the person, you have to get that inner drive and inner motivation from yourself and from the Lord. But we also want to be able to provide some of that here too as well. But ultimately, your every day, you have to choose to get up and make a choice every single day to work this business to be able to reach that next step that you want to go to. So I just kind of wanted to share that is, no one's required to push you. No one's required to make you better. No one's going to get your dreams but you. These are your promotions that you're going after. So I just wanted to like set that little reminder to you guys. But Mel, do you kind of want to talk a little bit about steps real quick?
Yes. So I kind of wanted to, I got a word this morning and I want to share it with you. Okay. So in our sermon from church this morning, not to be all preachy or anything like that, but before I talk about steps to success, Acts 20:24 says, however, I consider my life worth nothing to me. My only aim is to finish the race and complete the task the Lord Jesus has given me. The task of testifying to the good news of God's grace. And what he talked about, I just felt led that I needed to say something about this, just because in leadership, it's really, really, really easy to start comparing yourself, especially if you're in the same rank or if you're trying to promote. You can really start looking to the other side and lose track of the race that you're on, right? The path that you're on. And so something that Mel and I both have said to each other multiple times the past couple months is we're just putting our heads down and we're just getting to work, okay? And so one of the, like, he really preached on this morning, and I was like, okay, God, am I supposed to say this? And he just like kept saying it, and he was just like going on with it. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna say it. You know, I'm just gonna go with it. So I want to tell you that your race matters, okay? Your position that you are in right now, it matters. Your position to other people that are under you or that are, you know, below you in this business, it matters. It matters that you are a part of this team. It matters that you're in leadership. It matters that maybe I signed, you know, a person that I put under you, but I placed them under you strategically, and you're to pour into them because you're their leader too. It's not just up to Mel and I, it's up to you guys too. And so stay in your lane so you can pour into others' lives. Okay, so keep your head down, don't be comparing yourself, but be able to pour into other people too. The other people that need your direction, that need your help, that need your love, that need your humor, you know, that need the things that you have to offer, because we're all unique. God made us all different, and there's a reason for that, right? Because we all need these other people, but they need us too. Okay. And then be yourself, which is just what I said about being unique. Be yourself. Don't try to change to make someone else happy, because it's not always happiness. It's hardcore work sometimes, you know, most of the time it is. But be yourself. You can still have fun and do the work, right? I know I wouldn't want to just do the work and not have fun. I'm just saying, because I like to have fun. And so just make sure that, you know, you want to have fun, you want to have a good attitude, but, you know, you also know when to get the work done as well. And then the last point was run the race God has given you. God has given you this team that you have. And, you know, what you choose to do with it, they're all watching you. So, you know, lead from the front because you're a leader. Okay, that's all my preaching for tonight. All right, so steps to success. What is steps to success? If you have completed steps to success while you have been in the business at any point in time, drop a 1 in the chat. Steps to success is when you grab 3 distributors and 6 loyal customers. This is our first goal every month. Every month. Your goal should be, after you're qualified, to get 6 loyal customers and 3 distributors. If you are not doing this as a leader, then your team is not going to do it either. Hands down. That's just the reality. If you're not leading from the front, your team's not going to do it. That comes with getting customers. That comes from posting every day. That comes from doing your self-development, you know, all the daily tasks. If you're not doing that, your team's not going to either. So that's steps to success. Now, once you do your steps to success and you're sharing that with your team, you need to be telling them how to do it and how you did it, okay? Because if you're not, how are they going to know how? Mel and I can tell them, but what if they're not in conversation with me, but they are with you? Okay. What if they're not with Mel, but they are with me? We all have to be on the same page, but we all have to duplicate the process. Okay. It's very simple. This business is not hard, but doing steps to success is the secret, the key, whatever you want to call it, to getting further and further and further in the business. So I hope that you gained some value from that, and I'll turn it back to Mel.
If you guys watched the spring training with Mark, when Mike was explaining money wise, okay, and talking about how steps to success as it tumbles downhill, and you train your team to do that, the how big your organization can be, okay. And so if you this month set your goal to be, I'm getting 3 distributors and 6 loyal customers, hopefully you get more. Okay, great. But that needs to be your minimum goal. And then you train the people that are underneath you that are actively working and trying. You are working with them to set the same goal. So that's another 3 customers. So you've enrolled 3 distributors. They've enrolled 3 distributors. Say you have one other worker underneath you and they enrolled 3 distributors. That's 9 new distributors in your organization. Okay. And the way that Mike explained it was, it keeps going and going. They train a couple people to do the same. They train a couple people to get the same. And it ends up in 6 months, you're an ambassador diamond. Like literally in 6 months. Okay. And you sit there and you think, well, I've been stuck at this rank forever. It took me this long to get to emerald, blah, 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 blah. But it comes down to effective leadership and effective training. Okay. Everything that we do is duplicatable. Okay. There is no secret weapon. Now you may do things different. Jennifer may do things different than Renee. Ashley may do things different than Angela. Mel and I do things completely different because we're just different personalities. Like we each have our own gifts and we each have our own message of ways we reach people and conversations. We may use a lot of the same scripts, but when we're leading people, we're very different, and so you have to like meet people where they are. And I'm going to use Renee as an example for just a second. Like she's enrolled 9 DTs in the last, week. Okay. When you look at that, she only has a couple that are actively wanting to work. Okay. You can't force the other 7 to want to make this a priority just because it's a priority for you. Okay. And something I've been trying to talking to her about is take those couple of 2, teach them what you're doing, let them go off and get on fire just like you are. And then your business is going to explode just from those 2 people instead of the other 7. You don't worry about the other 7. Now you're going to get your $150 out of them. You're going to place customers underneath them and you want to get your $150 fast start, but you accept them where they are. They may be a slower start. You still keep reaching out to them. You still keep offering to lead them. You still keep offering to do a coaching call with them. However that may be, but you can only do so much as they're willing. Okay. But the biggest thing is to partner up. And as I say that, I'm looking at some of your faces and you don't have anybody to partner up with. Okay. Like your organization, you don't have, so far in your business, you don't have someone to partner up with yet. And you're like, no, I'm all alone. Okay. We've been there. I've been there, like at times it's just been me and Mel. And it's just, you have to, that's why new blood is so important, you guys. And I stressed that the last time we talked about leadership, but you have got to keep bringing in new blood over and over and over again, because the odds, if you look at Renee's numbers, she has 1 definite worker, 1 possible out of 9. Okay. That's kind of, my odds are usually 1 person who works out of 10. And when I say works, they may do some posting. They may sign a couple customers. They may not, they're not a ruby or they aren't a diamond. Okay. It's usually a 50 number of distributors I signed where I get someone like Renee and Jennifer in my organization that go ruby. Okay. And so you have to accept that you can't work for all those people. Okay. But you can work with the ones and give them pieces of you to move them forward. And that's where you teach them what you're doing. And I just want to encourage all of you too, when you're talking and working with your team, you've got to talk to them. You have to it isn't just in text message, y'all. Okay. This is a personal business. Okay. You've got to get on the phone to them. Use your voice when you're messaging them. Like, be personal. Let them get to know your personality. Get on the phone with them. Get on a Zoom with them, because you have got to form some kind of bond with them to be able to, A, for them to trust you and listen to you, and B, for you to like want to move forward in the business, or for them to want to even work for you. Okay. If they're like, all this person cares about, they're only reaching out to me when I need to make an order, or I'm not commission qualified, or I need to do something for them. That's the only time I ever hear from them. by text, that doesn't make them want to work for you, to work hard for you. Because sometimes in this business, people are driven by so many different things. Okay. I'm money driven. Mel is not. Okay. So sometimes when I say something to try to motivate her, it's taken me a long time to try to figure out how in the world to like speak to her, to learn her. But you know, that's just the different personalities on your team. And you can't, what may motivate you, what may motivate me never is going to motivate her ever. And so you have to like, you have to learn them and get to know them. I wanted to, I'm so glad Mel touched on this about comparison, because comparison truly is a thief of joy. Like it 100% robs you of your joy. It's the devil's way of getting into your head and like keeping you distracted from your own business, distracted from wanting to keep working it, making yourself feel less, you know, like I'm not good enough to do this. How in the world is, you know, like we've been in the same amount of time, or she's been in, you know, 6 months shorter than me, and look, she's already passed me in rank. Okay, that's not what this is about. God has his own plan for you, to work this business and, you know, reach the levels in this business, or rank or not rank up. It doesn't matter. You're not defined by a rank, you know, like you just, he has that plan for you. Your path may be different than somebody else's. That doesn't mean it's any different. Doesn't mean you're not going to get there. But when you sit there and you allow the devil to bring those negative thoughts in there, it keeps you from your goal. Mel said something about how her and I always say we just put our head down and work, because the only thing we can control is our own business. It's the only thing we can control. We can't control you guys. We can't control our other customers, our customers not ordering that month. We can't control our distributors not working. We can't control the ones that are working who are having their joy robbed, and are discouraged. You know, we can't control any of that. But what I can control is I'm going to consistently work my steps to success. I'm going to consistently enroll over 20 customers a month, because that's my consistency, and I'm going to keep doing that every single, because that's what I expect of me. I'm pissed that I didn't get steps to success this month. Like, I'm gonna just tell you that right now. I'm pissed. It wasn't because I didn't have conversations. But I got one DT and 23 customers, and I'm pissed. And that's the ones that are in Connect. That's not the ones I enrolled under other people to get my $150. And so like, I don't even know what that is, because I don't even write those down, but I should. But like, that's the expectation that I have for myself. Okay. Not what I have for you guys. You know, like you have to set your own goals. So so part of tonight is I want you guys each to write some goals down for this month. And I want you to send them to both Mel and I, because we're going to be checking in with you and holding you guys accountable. Okay. I feel like some of the things that, you know, like where we're paused or held back or really struggled to maintain rank this month, which I know, that some of you did, that aren't the newer girls. And I just think we just maybe last month didn't have as much purpose. And so like, I want to encourage you guys to make some goals and set a purpose. And then like, let's see where we are. Okay. Week one, Ashley, you know, like, okay, so your goal, you said to me, your goal was to get your steps to success. Okay. You've only enrolled one customer, you know, like, tell me what your plan is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just try to hold you guys a little bit accountable, because sometimes we can be left alone and floundering in our business and not have anybody checking in with us to sit there and be like a little kick in the butt. And I think that sometimes we just need that little, you know, just reminder that we are paying attention. We're watching. We want you to reach these goals. I've talked to you guys, I think, about this before, but I I've still got a few more to add to, but I was working on it already. I make a slide that has my goals on it, and I make it my screensaver on my phone. And so I put personal goals on here too. Like, I've got exercise 2 times this week, you know, for the for this month, you know, like just different personal goals. And then I have obviously business goals on there, but every time I pick up my phone, I see those, and it just reminds me to get to work, because I don't want to work every day. You know, I've been in this business for 3 years, and there are days that I literally dread opening my messenger full of messages. And the only way that I'm going to reach my goals or my, you know, my passion, my next steps, is if I get to work. And sometimes it just means picking up my phone and starting to do something. Then I just keep trucking all the way and get over that feeling. But it's just putting into the work. So I want you guys to set some goals, send those to Mel and I, so that we can kind of just help you with that. I want you guys to do something too, and I'm going to ask you guys to unmute here individually in just a minute, but something that I did, I went into the Connect app. You can log into the Connect app. And Jennifer and Renee, this is a little bit different for you because you guys haven't been into the business as long, but I want you to log into the Connect app, look back in your little circle, you can see my activity under Connect, okay? If you hit the little circle with your face to the far right, it opens up your account. If you click my activity, it'll open up how many LCs and DTs you've enrolled this month. Okay. At the top, it has the date. It says May 2021. If you click on that and go, you can click to any month on there and look back and see what your averages have been over the last couple of months. And I just want you to sit there and you look at that. So look back at a month you feel like you really killed it. Okay, so if you sit there and think of a month, you know what month, and Angela, I saw you say January. Angela's month was January. Look back at that month in January. I want you to look at that number. Okay, look at the number of DTs you signed that month and look at the number of LCs you signed that month, and then look back at last month. And I want you to compare the two numbers, okay? And it's eye-opening. I know Connect app's been a little slow today. It's eye-opening to look at those numbers because you need to look and see what did I do different in January, Angela? And I'm just, using you as an example. What did I do different in January that I did not put into place last month? What didn't I do? And like Mel put in this thing, we're here to call you higher. We are, because we believe in you, or we wouldn't have asked you to be on this call. We believe that I put in my calendar, that I put in my my thing, that May is for more. It's for the more group. It's for us to be more, for us to get more, for us to bless more. Like I had a huge goal that I shared with you guys at the conference, those of you that were here at my house. And one of those was that I would give more this month than this year, than I've ever given in as long as I've been alive, probably. But to do that, I have to make a certain income. And I'm very dedicated to that. And I see that number going slowly and slowly down, that big number that I set that I wanted to give to my church this year. And I also did a huge goal of volume. I want to make, in volume alone this year, of sales volume for my team, what I've done for the last 3 years total. And so just in this year alone, and those are huge. And I'm seeing those numbers like just get chunked and chunked and chunked. And that excites me. And that's what my like big goals for this year is giving back to my church and our team crushing it. And so when you look back at those Connect app like numbers, like literally seriously do some self-reflection onto what caused me to reach that goal for that month, and what didn't cause me to do that for last month. Why did I struggle so much for last month? So Angela, I'm gonna let you start and just kind of like, this isn't meant to like call you guys out, but I want you to like just honestly say, what can I do this next month that I didn't do last month? Like, what's something that you already have in plan for your mind that you're going to do for the next level for next month?
Okay. This month, my big thing is I need on my time commitment issues. Like, because I get stuck, of course, working full time, which I don't know. I mean, I know you do, but I don't know who else. I know some of us work full time, but I literally get up in the morning, run, getting ready, and I'm like literally late to work every single morning. My boss doesn't even look for me till 15 minutes after I'm supposed to be at work. That's me. I'm late. But I stay late every night. So it's kind of a tit for tat. But that's one of the things I'm going to work on, getting up earlier in the morning so I can get some of my tasks done in the morning. That way, when I'm at lunch, I can do follow-ups during my lunch break. I can finish up the rest of it. That way I'm not doing 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning to do everything on the tail end. So it's kind of like I play catch up all the time. And so things kind of fall through the cracks. And so I don't like doing that. So that's one thing I got to work on better. And then I want to do better at following up with my diamond team, the ones that are just my page, even though they're all madness and some of them are without borders, but I still want to, follow up with them individually better. Some of them just, I mean, don't respond to me, period. And I'm like, that's just the way it is. Oh, well, I can't make them talk to me if they don't want to talk to me. If they don't want, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just gonna kind of cut bait and move on because that's what I have to do. And then just work on building the team because I have to. But I want to make sure I have all the steps to success done at least the first part of the month so that I can concentrate on helping everybody else on my team the second half of the month. Because I know I'm going to be diamond before the end of the month, so I'm not having to worry about it because I know Ashley wants to be diamond. And if I can't get there, I'm not going to be able to help her get there. And I haven't been able to talk to Heather yet, but I know Ashley's already point wise shit or I know, right? I mean, if I'm diamond, Melody's going to be double. And then that's pushing you to triple. So, and then of course we've got our rock star Renee is going to push everybody up the ladder. So, and I mean, and I know I just want to give a little shout out of encouragement because I think Tracy and Renee signed up about the same time. Am I right there? That they joined about the same time?
Yeah, Jennifer.
Yeah, Jennifer. I'm sorry, Jennifer and Renee.
They did like a couple days apart.
Okay, so I'm just, and I know right now Renee's getting kind of all the hoop ha, and so I just want to give you a little bit of encouragement here because April and I joined literally within a matter of weeks of each other, and April hit Ruby at least 2 months before I did, if not even longer than that. And when you said the comparison game, I did that. And I was like, what am I doing wrong? I'm doing all the things. What am I doing wrong? She's ranking, I'm not. And I got really, really frustrated. And I just y'all said, just keep your head down, stay in your lane and just keep working. And so here we are.
And now
I'm Emerald.
before.
I'm Emerald. And not without help, but I'm Emerald. And so that's where, things they flip quickly. Not that, that won't happen. I just, it'll come with time. And that's why I put in the other chat that, before April showers bring May flowers, sometimes it just be the little farmer, keep planting your seeds and eventually they pop. And my January just blew everything out of the water for me. And that's when everything for me flipped around the corner.
Awesome.
So,
I want to see the January Angela this one.
I do too. I want to see my January and my February come up in May. So,
all right, Ashley, give.
So, my goal is definitely getting some distributors that are going to work. I've really been struggling with that. So I really want to shoot for 3, but I want to shoot even further than that because like we're just talking about, it's the numbers game. 1 and 10 will work. And I want a team members that are actually going to put in the work and be on the same page as I am and want to do the work, like post consistently and do all the things. Like Angela said, yeah, I mean, I'm dreaming big. I want to hit diamond. I want to hit diamond this month. So some of the things that I want to do more of to kind of boost things is do more lives or more pictures of me, like using my wrap. I have a wrap. I'm gonna do that sometime this week, hopefully, or maybe next week. Just kind of showing the results of the wrap and that kind of stuff. I got an order coming in for more stuff. So I want to be actively posting more about the products. Because I've noticed when I do that more, there's more interest. I'm having more conversations because I'm not having to really cold message people. They're just straight out reaching to me when I do things like that. So yeah, and I want to give a big shout out to Renee too. Like, you are killing it, girl. Like a rock star. That's so awesome. I'm so happy for you. But yeah, I guess that's just my goals. I'm dreaming big this month. That's for sure.
Good, awesome. I love it. And I will completely 100% back that, Ashley. When I go live, like when I went live Thursday. I talked to my story Thursday too. Friday did the same. And then we did that great wrap blow up post. I haven't had time to message anybody else besides what has been coming in. And that's awesome. Like, you want that feeling. Like, that's a great, imagine if I had an extra couple hours in the day to sit there and add another 20 messages on top of that, which, that wasn't my focus. I was just trying to keep caught up with everybody. But it does, when you go live, people, even though people may not comment, or you may not even see that they viewed your live, they do, and they watch and they're curious. And so they're buying that authenticity. And here's again where we talk duplication, because like when you start leading by example in that aspect, and you are killing the game with going live and being personal, showing yourself using those products every single day, that becomes a part of your training for your new girls. Okay, they're coming to you going, I'm not getting any hits on anything. I'm, no one's responding to my messages. Why isn't anybody commenting? Well, are you, okay, so I just went on your page. Are you really putting yourself out there? No. And that does make so many people uncomfortable in this business when they first get started. That's probably the biggest thing that I run into, is people don't want to put themselves out there. And a lot of them are Facebook stalkers. And I know I was too when I first got in this business. And so, trying to teach them simple ways to put themselves out there, and then start building a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to challenge you to go live. The first time they go live, they're going to hate it and it's going to suck. But the next time they go live is going to be a little bit easier. And the next time is going to be easier. And the next time is going to be easier. And an easy way to start doing that, like to start working them into that, is maybe not go live on their Facebook page, but maybe talk in their story. Okay. And just, doing a video in your story, then no one's there. No one's like quote unquote watching them. It's just them and a screen talking. They still may feel stupid, but that's a good way to kind of break them into that, is by just hitting record on your story and just talking for a minute, or make a product. They don't even have to be in the picture. Like, put the camera up to where it's facing them making their coffee or their gummies. And it's just simple and easy. Where it's not so stressful of, oh my gosh, people are commenting. Oh my gosh, they're watching. Oh, I just saw my best friend got on. Oh, my cousin. Oh, I haven't talked to my cousin in years. And, you just get so, it gets distracting and overwhelming. And so starting easily in your stories is a great way to get that, going. All right. And mine does too. Who put that? Is that you, Mel? Your husband gets on? Mine too. I hate it. I'm grateful for the support, but like, it makes me, I'm like, oh, well, I'm never right. Okay,
I'm
Heather.
get judged. I know I'm gonna get judged. I'm like, no, don't be getting on when I'm live. Just wait and watch it later. Then don't tell me nothing about it.
Don't tell me you watched it. All right, Heather, what things are you gonna do, put in place? Mine's coming out of the bathroom. Don't I get nervous when you go live? When I go live?
He's right there behind you.
Why do you have a towel on your head? You're so sexy.
Ben Kesselring, everybody. Ben Kesselring.
All right, Heather, give us your what you're going to do next month. That was different than this month.
Well, since you've given me that ice cream and cookie hack, that actually took off, and a lot of people, I started doing that with like one somebody's wall, and then adding people into my network, and then that started off my hack. So that's why I've been getting a lot of order towards the end of the month, because it has been slow. But I think February was my busiest month. In March. Oh no, yeah, March, yeah. And yeah, my goal was to be emerald, but I want to be diamond too.
One step at a time.
Yes, I know. And I did tell Ashley that I mean, and Melanie too, that my struggle is, yes, signing in DTs. And people do sign in for me, but it's the motivation part that's hard. I mean, I talk to them literally, like I had one that was here within the same city as I was, and I would talk to her, let her come here, try to encourage her to do a hap. I think it's how you're going to learn it yourself, because I had to learn it myself too. I mean, I did not understand at first what is a hap. I mean, what is that? Post a post, and then I started doing it, and then I found out that a lot of people would order to you if it's some. I think it's because it's somebody they don't know, and a lot of people want to lose weight and not tell anybody that they're using a product. So I figured that out later when I did a lot of hacks. And that was one of my struggles. I think it actually just takes time for people to get it, that works. And that's one thing that I need to probably try pushing and letting my DPs do.
And Heather, I think it's hard. You can't motivate somebody else. A lot of times that motivation has to come from within themselves. And even though they sign up and may have a why or a reason for joining this business, that may be a very, very good one. Like I had a lady who signed up with me who was living in a shed. To me, that would be motivation. Like, like I am going to kill this business. Because of that, I put her in a promoting area. Okay. Built a team underneath her and gave her 3 DTs for To Go Ruby, but she refused to work this business. She refused to post every day. She refused to do it. And you live in a shed. And so you can't do it for them. You can't force it for them. But one thing I do with HAPS is I do challenge people. Like I do reach out to them and I'm like, listen, this is what I want you to do today. You're putting this post up and we're going to work it. And this is what we're going to do today. This is our goal today. And sometimes they do it and sometimes they don't. Like to me, I'm like, and I don't want to sound like an army sergeant, but like to me, that's a direct order from me. You need to do this today because you're complaining to me about not going anywhere in your business. And this is what you need to do today. And sometimes they still won't do it, and that's a check to me to let them know that I need to stop pushing this person. I need to stop devoting my time and move on to somebody like you, Heather, who just may need a little extra. Does, you know what I'm saying? Does that, and I'm just using that as an example. Maybe that one person on your team out of the 10 that you sign, you just need you to work with them a little closer instead of dividing yourself tiny little times between 9. Because that's a clear message to me. If they're not willing to put that post up and start working that host to post with me, walking them through step by step that day, then that's for me. That's like, okay, they're not ready. Okay, so let's just back off a little bit. And they get posts of the days every single day. My group does that. Without Borders, Mel's group, Motivational Nomads, does that every single day. They have options to put up every single day. So then we back off. Okay, I'm going to look at the end of the week, how many times they posted that week. And then give them feedback at the end of the week, and then where can we go, because then by then they're reaching out and saying, well, no one's liking or commenting, no one's interested in the business. Well, when you go, I'm going back there and explaining the Facebook algorithm to them again. And, so you just have to accept people where they are and take them. And Heather, I'm glad HAP's working a little bit better for you. Host to Post does work. I mean, like I get 90% of my sales from Host to Post. It's just it's a numbers game. It is a numbers game. You ask everyone to host, you put posts up there, and then you ask those people to post the giveaway post or product post, and you just keep going. And, like I probably, because I was trying to kill it the last day of the month, I was working my freaking tail off, and I probably put up, I don't know, 30 host posts that day. Majority of them, I think, only got no comments. I want to say probably no comments. Majority of them got no comments, but that's okay. I was like, okay, that's just one potential. That's another potential. It's just another person I'm adding to my network, and it's another opportunity. And it's like you can't. Like I ask the Lord every day to bless my business and to bring me people into my business, to work my business, and to bring me customers. But they can't come into my business if I'm not doing my job, and that's going live or whatever, posting every day, messaging people every day. He can't bless anything that I'm not putting my hands to. So Jennifer, I'm going to talk to you for a second. I know that you only have 1 month of comparison, but looking back at last month, which you had a great month, a fantastic month, what is something that you are striving to do different this month that you want to, or I know you have goals of going emerald, probably diamond this month. So like what are you going to do different, or what are some lessons you learned last month that you want to do different this month?
Consistency is one of the things that I'm really needing to stick with. One of the things that Melanie said was about the devil wanting to compare people. And I started in the very beginning to compare myself with Renee. And then I decided that instead of comparing with Renee, I want to team up with Renee. So now I message Renee when I have a question, or if she's doing something and I can see that she's getting results because she's in my line, I can see what she's doing. I message her and I'm like, hey girl, what are you doing? Give me some tips. You know what I mean? So the thing with us struggling against each other, or me feeling like I'm against her or with or fighting for power or whatever, I totally took and I told the devil he had to leave on that. And I said, you know what? Renee's going to be my friend now, and we're going to message each other, and I'm going to talk to her, and she gives me all sorts of ideas. Which one of the things I'm going to work on this month is lives, because I think that Renee is amazing when she does her lives. I did a live, my first live from my office one day, and I mentioned Renee in my live about the pony bounce because she mentioned it in her live. So I was like, hey, if any of my friends are friends with Renee, we're just gonna see that we're working together. So anyway, just consistency, pretty much, making sure I'm going through my steps, going through on my list. I'm gonna do more lives. I'm using more of the products now. So that's, of course, I need to start showing myself using the products. It's a huge thing. And then I really need to work better with my DTs that I have signed. I was very close to getting my 3. I got 2, but I was very close to getting that 3rd. And I still think she's going to sign on. It just wasn't the right time right now.
Good. I love it. I love those goals. And listen, the basis of this business is teamwork. Like, they built this business to be a team. We're not supposed to be battling each other. We're supposed to be lifting each other up and encouraging each other. And we live in a society where that is not a norm. And why can't we be abnormal? Like we need to be a space of non-judgment, love and kindness, and just empowerment. And so, thank you for sharing that, Jennifer, because like that's vulnerable on your part, to be honest with you. And so I really appreciate you sharing that. And it's just, I love that you are championing that, because you know what, a year from now, you guys, these are your best, these may be your best friends that we're on this call with right now. And you never have had them before this business. So I love that. Thank you for sharing that. All right, Renee, you're up. What's something different next month that you want to do? And you had an amazing month, but there's always stuff and things that we can work on and grow on. I know you do have a couple things, so share those with us.
Okay. First of all, thank you, Mel, because I can't tell the rest of you guys how many times I have sent a text to Mel that just says, what am I doing wrong? I do a couple of things really well. I love doing lives because I just love people. And I think that's a superpower. When you really love people, it's hard to fight love. So when you really love, even if people fight, you're impervious. You're just still blessing them because it's not your love. Can't even claim it. That's just honest to goodness. And I think it's because of what God's called me to and where I work and stuff with kids that get murdered and everything else. You have to have a super dose of love. So I think that is part of what comes through when I share those lives. But like, I don't know how to do a host to post, and Melody's taught me a little bit, tried to teach me a little bit. I know nothing about anything. I told Kiki tonight, I had Kiki over here. She was my student before. She's 30 now. And she's going to be a rock star because she's going to drop 100 pounds. So when she came over today, I put one customer under her and I let her watch me put it under her. And then the next two we put under my mom, and I let her be the one on the computer putting them in. So she said, well, now I know how to do this. I said, yeah, it's so easy. And you know, there's a lot that hits us that very first day. Download these 3 apps, do this, make sure you check your email, do your taxes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do my taxes for everybody every time now, because I did that for most of my people this last time. I'm finally like, forget it, I'm gonna get paid. Yeah, my name's Michelle and pay me like that. That's what I did. So I'm gonna have to go in, you know, that next day and just check on one bite. Hey, did you get that boards app? You know, just give them one little thing a day, because I remember at the beginning feeling massively overwhelmed, and I knew nothing about what I was doing. And I knew I was maybe doing 15% of what I should do. But by the grace of God, I locked on to 1 or 2 things. You know, when Mel said, maybe do a live, maybe stick this on your Facebook. So I did what I could do. And with that consistency, and thank God for Jen, because there was that one night we both had questions. I think we both had questions that night, and she helped me, and I had a question, and you know, she was faithful to be there, and then she had a question and I was there. And when I saw Jen's live, I just about exploded. I have chills all over because I was so excited with what she shared. And I loved how she said she's gonna put her thermo hair up. I was like, oh my gosh. I wrote down thermo hair. You know, I'm like, yes, it's your whole body's getting energized. So I loved that. And the keep the pony bouncing, absolutely. So I'm gonna, I've trained 2 people in my house, 2 people on Zoom, 1 a lot on the phone, and 3 absolutely nothing. So I need to get with my absolutely nothing people and just kind of nurture the team and make sure, like when Kiki was here, she called her auntie who's interested. She sent her the things from boards. She got operational with boards. She entered customers. I feel like I need to live demonstrate and just be with them in real time while they do something, just so they can get a little more comfortable doing that. And then, you know, she hadn't been posting anything. And I said, you know, we've got the thing every day. She said, oh, I thought that was just for y'all. I said, no, baby, we're supposed to all be doing this. So then I put up the thing with $1,000, even though I'm not really sure how to handle what comes next, but tomorrow I'll learn that. That's my thing. I want to just learn something new each week. Like if I could be the pro of Host to Post by the end of the week, that would be amazing, because that thing totally scares the crap out of me. What scares me is I've had so many people coming at me, and I have these stacks of paper because I'm old and I write everything down. But I finally started, like, the crap that I write down 9 billion times, I just put it in the board. So when I was doing that end of the month, I was able to get my little stack and just paste. It's the last day of the month. I'm placing orders. I really don't want you to miss out. Can I get those gummies heading to your house? And that's the way it went. It's like, man, imagine if I could really get that flow consistently. And I know that's what y'all are doing with your Host to Post. I know you're out there doing that. And I'm going to learn how to do that. So that's a goal. Learn how to do Host Posts. Here's real truth. I did 9 DTs, including myself last month. So why not do 10? But the truth is, if I got 3 on fire, that would be so much better than 10, right? So I'm trying to grow up, Melanie. I'm trying to grow up. I would like to have 20 customers. I've got to, you know, just like I get up early to try to exercise, I need to just say, I'm going to take 15 minutes and I'm just going to put this one thing up on Facebook. You know, I've watched trainings where they say, do this in the morning and this at noontime and this in the evening. And maybe I don't do any of it because I just get overwhelmed. So each day, if I just could be consistent to do the one thing, that's what I need to do. And thank you for having us get on Connect. I saw that some of my people hadn't even sent samples. So that's one of my big steps, is get them, because they wanted the product.
Right,
So
right.
get your samples. Not gonna lie, there were some people that wanted to buy product, and I said, I'm not gonna sell you any product. And they're like, what, are you kidding me? Because I got something that you need. You don't know it yet. So if you love me and you trust me, we're going to do this and you're going to earn that. And then you're going to have what you need, but I'm going to give you what I know you need. And you're going to change your life. I get chills all over when I talk about that too, because that's the thing. People know what they want to lose, but I know what they want to gain that they might not realize yet. It's just like my students that come in and don't think they can do something. I see something in you that you don't know is there. And if you love me and you trust me, you just borrow a little of what I see in you and let's go, because there's wealth. And the wealth of the heathen is stored up for the righteous. There is so much money circulating this planet, and it's a tool. And why in the world wouldn't we be in that? So I want my friends and my family to be blessed and to benefit, and not to just get a little, and poverty is a great motivator. I don't live in a shed, but I got shingles not knowing how I'm going to pay my bills this summer. My heat and AC is right down there, a little box fan and a little portable heater. I laughed with Kiki. I said, yes, this is the heat and the AC in my house. But my house is old, but I love my house. But I mean, God is good. And I'm going to learn one new thing a week. And I'm going to dig deeper with the people that I do have. And I'm going to try to light a fire on the new ones, more so than being concerned about, I just had so many customers and I didn't even know where to put them. I didn't even do it right. And I messed up a lot of times. But Mel was so good. She just kept coming on saying, okay, baby, I'm gonna need you to do it like this. You know, you gotta tell somebody something like 10 times before it even starts to make sense, right? Before they can own it, you've got to hear it like 7 to 10 times. So after I lost a couple $100, man, I learned that. So I just tell my people, I took a $200 class. I took a $200 class called How Not to Sign Up LCs After You Already Have Your 6. I said, because I took that $200 class, now you guys won't screw up like me, because I'm going to say, stop. You're throwing away your money, stop. And then you're just going to stop. No matter how many other things you're thinking about or distracted doing in this business, you're going to stop, pull the e-brake. We're going to make sure you don't throw $200 out the window. So they laugh at me and we laugh. I'm like, learn from me being stupid. So thank God for the success that he's allowed me to have. I am not all that. I do a lot of dumb stuff, but sometimes I do a little bit of stuff that's right. And even the junk I do wrong, he'll use it for my good and his glory. And I just have all the confidence in that. So I want to go great places with you guys. And I believe with all my heart that this is a tool to do that.
I love it. I'm very proud of you. And
Thanks,
I
ma'am.
think you taught us all a little bit of something too, Renee, like just just by even saying, I've got something for you better. I'm not just selling you products, because
Yeah.
I think that confidence and just, we sometimes we're afraid, we're so worried about getting that sale that we're afraid to sometimes offer that business. And
Yeah.
and we could get somebody that can lose weight with this business, or get great scale, whatever it may be, and go to the next level with us too. So I love that, especially right now. Dear God, I mean, $39 is crazy. I mean, it costs $49 to buy 15 of coffee, so especially for those people that are interested in coffee, it is a great way to sit there and just offer them that. So I love it. And I love it. Listen, you're going to get Host Post down. You're just trying to keep up with the mess that you got coming into you. So I have no doubt that you're going to get Host Post down, but I'm not trying to overwhelm you. Anymore than you already are. So, and you guys, listen, hop on tomorrow night, because she is on the call with Alyssa tomorrow night for Elite, and is being interviewed as one of the as the top enroller for Elite Legacy and Freedom Legacy. So, which is just insane, and we're just proud of her. And if there's anything that is like something that we hear this word a lot in Zooms where it's called ignorance on fire when you first start. It's like, literally, that is like Renee.
Yes.
She's like, I'm just gonna do what I have to do, and do it well. You do what I know that I do. I do it well, and she does, and all the other pieces will fall into place. So I just proud of you. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this call real quick. Mel, I'm gonna just pass it over to you to see if there's some final things that you want to say. I'm honored. You guys are our people, and like I look at all of you, and I want to tear up. I'm just getting emotional, because we are about to go on the greatest adventure of our lives. And and I'm excited. I have chills. I feel it. I know that the Lord has prepared me for this time and has brought all of you into my life through one way or another, whether I personally enrolled you or not. You're with me and we're going somewhere, and we're all going to revolutionize our lives together. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited about what 2021 holds for us. You know, like talk about kind of a year of craziness of 2020 into a year that is going to just blow our life away for him and for our home, for ourselves and for our families. So I'm just honored. I'm honored and excited about what the future holds.
Okay, so I just had a few notes that I wrote down kind of while everybody was talking. And so I just want to tell you two things. One is if you have an issue where you feel like you don't understand something, just let me tell you that Mel and I are like complete opposites. So if Mel doesn't explain it to you and you where you understand it, reach out to me. If I don't explain it to you, reach out to Mel. The reason I tell you that is because, like we were talking about, we are a team, and Mel and I are best friends, but we know we work the business completely different, and so we both have different views on how different things can go. So don't ever feel like you can't reach out to one and not the other, because we're probably going to talk about it anyway, and it's going to be good unless you tell us not to. So, okay. So the other thing I wanted to say was, your team, if you feel like you can't reach out to us, then your team's going to feel like they can't reach out to you. Okay. Like you got to have that communication, but you also got to have that comfort zone too. So like, you know, make sure that you feel comfortable enough to talk to us. And when you do, then you turn around because you learn how that feels, right? And so you help that with your team. Does that make sense? No. So make sure that you do that, because like if I don't know you're having an issue and you're under me, then I can't help you. And if your team is having an issue and they don't reach out to you, then you can't help them, right? And we all want to be helping each other, and we all want to succeed, because when one succeeds, we all succeed. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to say is don't get hung up on one person.
Amen.
There are so many people out there who need this business or need these products. And it's easy to get hung up on somebody who is not quite sure. Maybe they've told you no. Maybe they say right now it's not the right time. It doesn't mean they're not ever going to do it. I promise you, I had a lady who joined me after watching me and telling me for a year she wanted to join. She never did it for a year. Then she joined. It just wasn't the right time. But don't get hung up on that person. It's okay to follow up. I'm not saying that. But it's easy to let that bog you down and keep you from helping someone else who needs a blessing. And so, you know, just make sure that even though someone says no, it's okay. Well, then move to the next person, because you don't know what kind of light you can shine to them in their life. Okay, so that's kind of what I got for the rest of the night. But I'm so glad all of you hopped on. It's been an honor to lead you, and please know that we believe in you. We know you can do this, because if you are on this Zoom, we know that you can do this, and we're here 100% backing you, and we're here for you.
And we don't know how we can help you if you guys don't talk to us. That's just the thing that I just want to stress that Mel just went over is like, you know, unless you talk to us and tell us that something's going on or that you need help or you're struggling in a certain area, we don't know. So, and just remember that if you have that feeling, that other people on your team might have that feeling as well. And so you speak up. You need to speak up to let us know, because we're checking in with you, but we don't know exactly what's going on up here sometimes, you know, or what your struggle may be. And I think one thing too that I want to touch on that Renee said that I forgot to say was that she's have people over to her house. She's on Zoom, she's on phone calls with people. And I think that we forget how overwhelming it is when we first all started. and she's this fresh and new. And I think that has given us all a good eye opener, that maybe instead of just sending scripted stuff to people, that we need to be immediately jumping on the phone with them. We need to be immediately like walking them through each step slower, so that they are successful, because sometimes that overwhelming thing does scare people off in a way. And so it's just, to me, that was a good little reminder. Mel, do you mind just closing us out in prayer real quick, and then we'll all hop off, and we'll see everybody on tomorrow night to cheer Renee on.
Awesome. God, just thank you just for this amazing team. I thank you for this amazing opportunity. I thank you for just bringing it to light in each one of our lives. God, I thank you for the teams that we have built, just to make sure that you're glorified in all that we do, even when we're working hard to make promotions. God, I just pray that you would be just prevalent in our lives. Show us that you are in control in every part of this business, and bless the hands that are working it. Help us to just to make your feelings and what you've given us, just to make it gold, and to turn around and give you glory through all of it. Be with us this week, and just help us to honor you in everything. In Jesus' name, amen.
All right, ladies, love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. And thank you guys for jumping on. And remember, you own your own motivation, okay? And so go into this month with those goals. Don't forget to send them to us. And be excited, get excited. Passion and excitement sells. If that's anything that I've learned this month by watching Renee go live, I mean, people want to buy people that are excited and passionate about something. They want to believe in you. So step up your passion, step up your excitement, even if you have to hype yourself up and do Rocky before you go live, whatever you need to do, get excited, get passionate, and get out there, because we have an amazing opportunity, and we have amazing business with products that actually work, you guys. And so that is huge. Okay. And so don't forget how much of a blessing we have in our hands. So I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.